Recall that we recently studied the Sutram 2.3.18. Kartarkaranayo Tritiya. The anuvritti of Tritiya goes down from 2.3.18 down to 2.3.25. So this is a section in which Panini prescribes the third case affix. Let us take the next sutram in the Ashtadhyayi order, which is 2.3.19. Sahayukte pradhane. Vritya sutram says, Saharthena yukte apradhane yutiya syat. A third case affix, ta, bhyam or bhis, is used following a pratipadikam, a nominal stem, co-occurring with, used along with saha, or a synonym of saha, provided the pratipadikam does not denote the primary agent of the action. Now, why does the vritti say saharthena? Why not just sahena? How do we read the interpretation that the sutram is talking not just about saha, but also about synonyms of saha? The note here says, Sahena pradhane ityeva vache yukta grahanad arthagrahanam ityaha saharthe neti. Which means that if Panini did not want to include the synonyms of saha, he could have phrased the sutram as Sahena pradhane, Sahena apradhane. The fact that he's included yukte in the sutram tells us that it applies not only when saha itself is used, but also when a synonym of saha is used. And which are those synonyms? Saharthaka shabdena saha sakam sardham ityadina ityarthaha. Synonyms of saha are sakam, sardham, samam, etc. So this sutram 2.3.19 applies not just when saha is used, but also when a synonym of saha is used. Now the sutram says apradhane, which means that provided the pratipadikam does not denote the primary agent of the action, then only the pratipadikam takes the third case affix. So there are two conditions here. Is that the pratipadikam is connected with saha or a synonym of saha. Second condition is that the pratipadikam should not denote the primary agent. Now, how do we decide which one is a primary agent and which one is secondary? Do you have to look to factors such as someone is elder or more respected or something like that? That is not the case. This is a purely grammatical criteria. The status of one agent being the pradhanam and the other being apradhanam is only grammatical criteria. Okay, but how do we decide which one is and which one is not? The note says here, Pitareva gamanak kriya sambandha shabdaha putrasya tvarthaha ityetavatayvasya pradhanyam uchyate iti etavata eva asya apradhanyam uchyate. Okay, this is talking about the example Putrena saha gataha pita. Putrena saha agataha pita. The father has come with his son. Now how do we decide which one has pradhanyam, which one does not have pradhanyam? The comment says, Pituhu eva agamana kriya sambandha shabdaha, which means that the father connects explicitly with the action of coming, because agataha is connecting with pita. The father has come. That's the explicit word connection. That's what's called a shabdaha. What about the connection of the son with the action? Putrasya tu arthaha sambandhaha. So on the other hand, the son connects with the action only through interpretation of the meaning of the sentence. It is an implied connection. How is it implied? Because the son is with the father. The father has come. It implies that the son has come because the son is with the father. The father's connection with the action, the word denoting the action is agataha. That connects explicitly, directly with the word pita. That's what is called shabdaha sambandhaha, explicit word connection. On the other hand, the arthaha is the implied or interpreted connection of the son with the action. Or in other words, the son connects with the action indirectly through the father. So this is the basis, this alone is the basis of deciding that the father is primary and the second secondary in this sentence. Which one has the explicit word connection? That is primary. Other one is secondary because the other one has only an implied connection. Okay, so this sutram now assigns a third case affix with putra because he's connected with the word saha and he's not the primary agent. Now the vritti says saharthena yukte. So we can similarly have the examples evam sakam sardham samam yogepi. So putrena sakam agataha sardham agataha samam agataha pita. They all mean the same thing. The father has come with his son. Only difference is that here saha has not been used, but a synonym of saha has been used. Now there's one more note here. It says vinapi tadyogam tritiya, meaning that even without the explicit mention of saha or a synonym of saha, a third case affix may be used with the non-principal agent when saha is implied but not explicitly stated. How do we know that? Because Panini has himself used in that manner in the word yuna in the Sutram 1-265. Vruddho yuna Kshanashchedeva Visheshaha. So here, Yuna has taken the third case affix. Pratipadikam is Yuvan. But there is no explicit mention of saha or a synonym of saha. Saha is only implied here. So this gives us an indication that the third case affix may be used even without the explicit connection with saha. As long as we can understand that there is an implied connection with saha, that is enough to assign the third case affix following the pratipadikam, which denotes the non-primary agent of the action.